Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, y'all? What's the word? You guys are just joining over on YouTube. Hello, hello. Let me know if you guys have any questions. The way that this works is pretty much I try to answer as many of your questions as possible related to, excuse me, cameras. Jesus Christ, excuse me. Related to cameras, if you're thinking about purchasing a camera, let me know what camera you're thinking about buying, what you're going to use it for, and what your budget is. And I'll try my best to steer you in the right direction. We'll pull up some other options if you'd like to get some other options, and just take it from there. Pretty chill. What up, TikTok? What up, what up? Currently multi-streaming. Look at us. Budget 2K including lenses. Very cool. What are you thinking about buying, Eric? What are you thinking about buying, broski? And what are you going to use it for, man? What do you use? OBS? I do use OBS, yes. OBS and TikTok Studio. Big Zap, what up? What up, Big Zap? I got a Canon R50. I don't know what lens to buy. They're so expensive. I take football and baddies with. And baddies? Okay. Live streaming, trading options. Oh, cool, Eric. So you want like something for like streaming? Yeah, live streaming. Live streaming. The R50V, bro. Unless, do you like Sony or do you like Canon? Do you like Sony or do you like Canon? If you like Canon, even if you like Sony, dude, this R50V right here is a badass webcam. If you're looking for something proper, if you want just a webcam, I got some like strictly webcam options. It really depends on the kind of look that you want your live stream to have, you know? Big Zat, let's see, and basketball. What did you want, Big Zat? Sorry. Oh, you want a lens, right? What's your budget, Big Zat? Football and baddies. You take pictures of football and baddies? All right, Big Zap. Okay, Big Zap. Hey, man, I finally got the R6 Mark II for real estate. Any tips specifically for video? You want to do real estate video? Real estate guys that do video, they all have gimbals. They all have gimbals for like those type of speed ramps. In terms of video, what kind of deliverables do you give? No, not baddies. Oh, come on, Big Zap. You got it, Big Zap. That's what you say. You say you take pictures of football and baddies. Any good recommendations? On point and shoot cameras with a flash. That's kind of cool with a flash. Yeah, but nice and clear either. Now better than a webcam. The R50V, the one I'm looking at right here, broski. This R50V is spectacular, dude. If you want to level up like your webcam, like the look of your feed, and you want something that looks kind of like this, you know, right here I have the TikTok video, which is vertical, and then I have a horizontal view, the R50. If you want something that looks similar to one of these two cameras, this is the one that you want, the R50. It's $600, and why I recommend this camera is because it's $600 and it's fantabulous, dude. You do need a lens, and the lens that I recommend with this camera is for streaming is one of these two lenses, depending on how you have your setup. Either this 16mm or this 23. one of these two lenses here. If you're interested, who is that? Eric is asking me. Eric, right? Yeah, Eric. If you want some, no, not Eric. I already forgot who. Was it Eric? Yeah, it is Eric. Alertsify Pro. Yeah. Yeah, depending on how you want your thing set up. The 23 millimeter I'm using right now, actually, the 23 and the 16 millimeter. Do you prefer Nikon or Canon or Sony? Definitely Canon. Help me, I don't know, something that's not $1,000. What you think is a good cheap lens? I mean, if you want to, I say for the R50 that you got, bro, this lens right here isn't $1,000, and it's pretty decent. It's not going to give you the reach that you want, and it's really good. But it is really good. Anything that is like a zoom. How much is a 70 to 200? It's probably close to 70 to 200 EF. Oh, look at this. You can get one of these. It's going to be close to 1,000 though, bro. 800 bucks, and then you need an adapter, and the adapter's 200 bucks, 150, I think. The lens I got right now, yeah, you have the kit lens. That kit lens is no bueno. Okay, thanks. I got you, bro. Yeah, Eric, I have everything linked in my profile page, my link in bio. If you're interested in finding all these links that I just told you, you can go to my profile page under beacons, and then I have my Amazon storefront, and here you can see all of the camera gear and lenses that I own and recommend, including all of the lights, everything that you see in my room. Well, not everything, but you know, pretty much. Mike, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Best camera for starting real estate. Any camera, really. You just need a super wide lens. Isaiah's. What camera should I buy as a beginner photographer into sports photography? Any camera, really, man. You just gotta get a decent lens, man. You just gotta get a decent lens, a good 70 to 200. I was just looking at this lens right here, this EF 70 to 200. This one ain't too bad. It's a little expensive, but that's what these lenses cost, man. You need a solid 70 to 200 or a 24 to 70 at least. At least. That's not reaching a football field. It was barely able to reach the basketball court. Couldn't even. Yeah, that's why I said a 70 to 200, bro. You need something with a good amount of reach. You know. You could get something like a 75 to 300, but that lens sucks, bro. And I think they're kind of a waste of money, truthfully. There's an RF 75 to 300. There's also a 100 to 400, and that lens is expensive and it sucks as well. How do you get on that website and look at that list? Ryan, you can go to, are you on TikTok? You can go to my profile page, Ryan. You can hit the little profile, my profile picture, my PFP profile picture. And then I have the first link in the bio. And then underneath that, you'll see my Amazon Selects. And then here, this is all the stuff I've ever bought and brands have sent to me. Majority of the stuff I bought, though. The majority of it. Richard, what settings do you recommend for real estate photography on a Sony ZV-E1 with a oh, nice, dude. What settings? It just depends on your environment, man. Definitely shooting multiple exposures, you know, exposure bracketing. Do you know how to do an exposure bracket on your ZV-E1? You should. It takes 3 photos at 3 different exposures, and then it stitches it together. 14 millimeter, 30 millimeter. That sounds like the kit lens. That lens fucking sucks, bro. I would tell you to buy the body only. That sounds like the kit lens. What you just kind of display. Yeah, that sounds like this, right? Yeah, this lens is awful. I would save your money and just buy the body only, and then purchase the lens that I recommended. If you really want to zoom, I would buy this one, 10 to 18, or I would buy the primes, the 16 or the 23. Big Zap. Does RF mean that it can fit? Yeah, R means it can fit on your R50, because I see a lens for 70. What lens for? That sounds awful, dude. That sounds incredibly cheap, and it probably is not going to be good. Yes, but do I have to switch the ISO? No, the exposure bracketing should take 3 photos on its own. You set the exposures. It'll be like underexposed, perfectly exposed, overexposed, and then it'll take that picture, stitch it together, and it'll create one image. What Sony lens should I get for an all-rounder? 24 to 70. An easy one. 24 to 70. West Virginia, Mountain Mama. What's up, bro? I got a Canon R5 Mark II, sick, and a 100. Nice. That's a great kit, bro. Congratulations, man. You did it. What do you do with all that gear, bro? Yeah, that's a nice kit. Canon RF. Which one is more worth between the 70 to 200, 2.8, or 24 taking a shot in Japan? Ooh, can you only pick one, bro? Can you only pick one? Bro, if you can only pick one, have you looked at the 24 to 105? It's a little bit more expensive, but they're pretty close there. If I was going to Japan, broski, damn, I think I'd take the 24 to 70. What camera do you have? The Lost Soul, by the way. What an opportunity, dude. Congratulations. To go to Japan? What? Crazy. I have a dream to go to Mount Fuji with my Fuji. Should I sell my XT1 plus X F2 for an A7 III? I don't know, bro. I don't know if you should do that. How much is 70 to 200 in your country secondhand from the Philippines? Hee, thank you. Depends, dude. I just saw one here for like 800 bucks. Look at this. This one right here is 819. Sony ZV-1 okay for beginner? ZV-1? It's okay for a beginner, yeah. I stream with the Sony a7 III and my video is not as clear as yours. Why is that? I don't know. What lens do you have? And how's your lighting in your space? I'm using an R6 Mark II. Fuck, bro. An R6 Mark II in Japan? God damn it, dude. Yeah, if I could only choose one between the two options that you gave me, the Lost Soul, I would do a 24 to 70, but I would really be looking, bro, at this lens, the 24 to 105. If you can afford the Z version, if you can afford this, I would be taking this. If you can't afford this, I would be taking this. It's an f4, but you're on a R6 Mark II. I think this would be a dream to take, dude. It's small, it's compact, it's portable. It's an f4. F4 is more than enough. Is plenty enough, especially on a full frame. And you'll just get this lens would live on my camera the entire trip. You know what I mean? Beginner videography, camera and lens combo, and does well with night video. What is up with night videography? Probably beginner. How much money do you have? Etenda. What mode are you currently shooting on? Mode? Manual mode? El Chinelo de los Sueños de los Cielos. How are ya? I'm saving to buy a Canon mirrorless R8. Recommend me 2 lens. What are you doing with it, bro? Congratulations. The R8 is nice. Yo, guys, check this out. I was doing a little, I was playing around earlier, and I made a little handheld vlogging rig. Check this out. It's a little R50V with a handle on. With a handle on it, you see? And like now I can point this at myself if I want. It's like, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. And then whenever I'm done or whatever, I can like rotate it. And now I'm filming horizontal or vertical on a just on a switch, you know, and then I can point it back at myself, you know, kind of neat. I was just goofing earlier. I was like, hey, let me work on this little video rig, this little vertical video rig earlier. Yeah, thanks for the input, man. That's what I would do. Congratulations on your trip, bro. That'd be real. That's a trip of a lifetime, man. EF70 200L2 versus RF F4. EF the F2.8. I got 5K available to spend. Oh, sick, bro. Then you should probably get a FX3. If you want low light, you should get an FX3 for sure. Do you take it off S-Log when you stream? I'm not shooting on a Sony. I'm shooting on Canon, and I'm shooting in a standard profile. Yeah, both of these cameras right here, I'm shooting on a standard profile, not log. I'm in manual mode, and I'm in a standard profile. And I'm in a very well-lit room. Or well-lit room, I should say. Sony A7 IV or Canon R6 III? Ooh, that really just depends on your preference of brands. Okay, me. I would prefer the R6 Mark III, but the A7 V is great. I use an FE35 to 5.6 2870. Any good for streaming lens? Depends on your distance from your camera. I would say probably the 35mm would probably be the best, but it just depends on how far away you are from your camera. Street photography and storytelling videos. Cool. You have the R8, right? El Chinelo. El Chinelo. I would do for if you need a zoom. If you need a zoom, I would probably do this one. I'm not even gonna lie. This one right here. This one would be great. An all-rounder. Yeah. This would be nice. It's on an R8 too. So yeah, this 24 to 105 f4 would be excellent. DJ Ratchet, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you, man. Richard Oliveira, how do you switch between different cameras while streaming? I have scenes set up on my OBS. OBS is a software called Open Broadcast Software. And I set up scenes, and then I set the scenes up the way that I want them, and then I can switch using a Stream Deck. If you guys are interested in the gear that I use to stream, you can find all of my stuff in the link in my profile page. And here I have my entire YouTube setup and everything, all the gear that I use. To actually switch the buttons that I'm clicking, I'm using what's called a Stream Deck. Looks like this. And I don't know if you guys can see here, but here I have a Stream Deck kind of like right here. I have one of these. And here I can switch. This one doesn't have any of the scenes, but I have one here that does. So I use this for like controlling lights and shit. I can control my lights here and other stuff. And the music, I can pause it. and turn it down. Pause it, turn it up and turn. And then over here, I have my sound effects and my scenes. Brother. Tay, Canon RF 70 to 200 or the 100 500 for far away people and birds. Ooh, 100. I mean, if you're just gonna be doing that, Tay, like birds and far away people, the 100 to 500 for sure. That's exactly what that lens is made for. Birds. I never missed your stream, bro. Creeper, I appreciate that. Fun facts. How's your setup going, man? You got the 17 to 40, right? Yo, tell everybody how cool that lens is. I'm pretty sure it's you, right? 17 to 40 Sigma. Steven, I just got my R6 Mark III. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. You fucking did it, kid. That camera's a dream, bro. Thank you for the glasses. Appreciate the glasses. Appreciate the glasses. What was that? Sunglasses? Thank you, Richard Oliveira. Appreciate it. Yeah, you guys need to check out my my stuff on my TikTok, on my what's it called? If you guys are on TikTok and you guys go to my profile page, I have a link right here, the first link in the bio. And I have down here my Amazon selects. I also have my YouTube channel, my media kit with all the impressions, and this is for brands typically, my TikTok, my Instagram, and my website. And if you guys want to make one of these pages, you can use my link down here to create your own. It's free, I think. Amazon selects, you hit here, and then here you see all of the things. All of the things I own. YouTube is quiet today, as usual. Yeah, bro, crazy quality. Yeah, fun facts over here, guys, for you guys in the chat. I think I had recommended the 17 to 40 Sigma lens, and my man went out and bought it. And he seems to like it, dude. It's probably one of the last lenses you'll ever buy, bro. One of the best lenses, I should say, you'll ever buy. By the way, there's one of my friends who wants to start wedding video. What's the first step? He has an FX30. Oh, sick, dude. Start doing it for free. Start doing it for free. And record everything. And then start a Instagram account for that business. Jake Smith with a question. Do I get a 70-200 f4 or f2.8? I have a R6 and I shoot sports indoor and outside. The f2.8 for sure. For sure. Make Beows, thank you for the rose. Appreciate you. God bless. Ratchet, thank you. Recently got my 6700. Sick. What's your take on the Sony 60? I like the 6700, Gabe. Yeah, 6700 is sick, dude. Did you guys see the rumored 6900? I don't think it'll be coming out this year, though, so you guys don't have to worry. I don't think it'll be coming out next year either. If it does, it'll be like late next year. Sounds kinky. DJ Radget, you wild for saying that, bro. What's your opinion of wireless tethering with an iPad to show a client for editing? Oh, I love it, dude. I have you could do it. I don't know if you could do it tethered, but like most camera brands have like an app and you can like tether wirelessly. And I did it for one of my headshot clients, my actual headshots. And it was cool, dude. It was actually pretty cool. So I set it up. Do I have a picture of it somewhere? I don't remember if I do. I don't remember if I set up my headshot client or where that picture was. Anyways, I set up a little tripod or a little stand with my tablet on it. And then and then the picture, as soon as I took the shot, it it showed up on the screen, and they were able to like see themselves in real time, and it was really cool. It was really cool for them because they got to like, okay, let me do that again. Okay, let me do it. So it gave them a lot more confidence, right? It gave them a lot more confidence that I was like, okay, this person knows what he's doing, or this person doesn't know what he's doing. You know, really does depend. No, I don't think I remember taking a picture. It might be on my cell phone. Anyways, yeah, I'm pro that for sure. For sure. I use Capture One. Yeah, that works too. Was it good? If it's a gift, bro, if it's a gift, use it, man. I'm not sure if that camera's good. It probably is. Justerini, it works really well. My 6700. Yeah. Yeah. What lens do you have, Justerini? Oh, the Sigma f2. Yeah, that lens is great, dude. I just made a little vlogging rig with the 10-18 Sigma. I was just goofing around with it earlier. Check this out. I made a little rig. See if you guys can see this. This is my little R50 rig. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little ridiculous, but it works. So I put a handle on it. So now I can like hold it like this, hold it out, and then whenever I'm ready to record the other direction, I can just go. I'm not totally convinced on this this massive microphone right here, but this is the R50V with the 10-18, and it'll be like perfect for like vlogging. I'll be like, what's up YouTube, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna get our nails done, you know, shit like that. And then whenever I want to film and turn around, I can go the other direction. You know, if you want to be like a gym bro or a lifestyle girly, you know. Or one of those cool IRL vloggers. Does the Camlink really make a difference in the quality of the stream? If you want 4K, it does. My friend's going to be in a live soon with us, by the way. He's got some questions. Cool. I bought recently an FX30. Nice, Christian. You did it, bro. Christian Paz. What's the point of getting a mini matte box? It's to control the amount of light that goes into the sensor. That's what a matte box usually does. And then you can also put in, drop in like square filters. That's really the primary purpose of it, is to drop in square filters. But typically, unless I'm in like a super sunny day outside, I don't really use my matte box, but it's just used to control the amount of light that comes into the sensor. Do I need it if I have a VND filter? No, not. I mean, a matte box will do a little bit of a better job, but not really, Richard. Not really. If you already have a lens filter on the front of it, you can control it that way. But have you guys ever seen the square filters? Matte box filters. So matte box filters, they look like this. So they're basically square ND filters, you know, and they just go in the front of your lens. And there's like a whole bunch of different kinds of filters that they sell. Prism Lens Effects also sells some square filters too, I think. These filters are pretty cool. They're pretty expensive. I have one, and they are pricey. But these filters are wild, dude. Here we go. These are the square filters that they sell. They're pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. They are pretty cool. FX3 Mark II. Hi, I'm Fun Fact. What's up, Brian? Welcome in, man. Welcome in. I'm looking for a lens for my FX30 for interviewing. Oh, bro, you should let him borrow your, you should borrow Fun Facts' 17-40. That would probably be it, man. Yeah, I like the Sigma stuff. If you can't afford that one for yourself, the 17-40, I would check out, how far away is your interview setup? I would do one of the 10-18s or the 18-50, but what lens have you been looking at? Brian Joseph, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. YouTube world. YouTube world. Hello. Hello. Julia, hello. How are you? Cash media for sports like baseball. What do you recommend? 70-200. Dongul. I recently discovered raw photography. I'll never again look at a JPEG the same again. Yeah. Shooting raw is the only way, man. That's the way. Okay, good. Just got us. Yeah, 70-200. When it comes to sports, guys, when it comes to sports, a good 70-200 is like a must, bro. Like, this needs to be in your kit. If you can afford it, you should get an f2.8. If you can't, get the f4. But this is like the holy trinity of lenses. This would actually be lens number 3. Ooh, depends on what you shoot, really. It depends on what you shoot, but it's definitely included in the holy trinity of lenses. And it's because it's some of the best lenses, dude. 70-200. What is pop quiz, you guys? What is the holy trinity of lenses? What lenses are in the holy trinity of lenses, I should say. No cheating. I already gave you one. What camera plus lens around $800 budget? Probably an R50 Ramik. An R50. Is it good for video? It's okay for video. You only have $800, bro. Anything that you get is going to be okay. Oh, you know what you could get? You could probably get the R50V. That'll be really good for video. Komorebi. I don't know how to choose the Viltrox 56. Low budget. I use a street and portrait. Is that on a crop sensor? Fuji XE5. That'll be a little tight on a crop sensor, bro. It'll be good for portrait. It sounds like a nice lens, though. What do you think for interviewing a Blazer Ramus 33? On your FX30? I mean, if that's what you're going for, that sounds like is that a cinema lens? Let's look it up. It looks pretty cool. T18. Yeah, is it just a one-person interview? Yeah, if you got the budget, bro. Yeah, get a cinema lens, dude. 14-24, close. Close. 15-35, 24-70, and 70-200. Yeah, one person. Yeah, if you got the budget, bro, go for a cinema lens. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, on the crop sensor, that'll be... Do you have the space for it? That's why I asked how many people, because if you're like in a big enough space, because 33, if you don't have enough space, you'll be at like 50 millimeters. Unless, yeah, this is full frame, right? Yeah, so you'll have to add 1.5 to this 33 because you're on a full frame. I'm starting to dream about cameras. What have you done to me? Hold your camera, you know, put it next to your glass of water on your nightstand, you know. You're R6 Mark II or A7 IV? Both of them are pretty close, bro. Just depends if you like Sony or Canon. XS20, bro, what do you think? Fuji's nice, CC. Fuji is nice. Hello, Astro Cop. Hello, over from YouTube.
Hello?
Yeah, one person. Yep. What should I get for my third camera? What are your other two cameras? I don't know when they put me in the media algorithm, but y'all cool people. Appreciate it. Not all of us. Some of us, some of these guys in here are douchebags. Clutch my 16. That 16 is nice, dude. I tell everybody, Julia. I tell everybody, you're looking for one lens that is like good for streaming, content creation, all that kind of stuff. It's the 16. 16 is nice. What about lowest budget full frames? I'm planning for buying secondhand. Full frame, maybe an A7 III. You can get a nice A7 III secondhand. Not sure how much that'll cost. Let's see, Sony. Excuse me, A7 III. Yeah, you can find one of these for 1,200 bucks. If you're buying used, these will be fine. 100%. How much is an A7S III used? Holy shit. Crazy expensive. Fuck, dude. That's wild. $3,000. Fuck that. No, sir. No, sir. Couldn't be me. Yeah, right. I have an A7 III on my. That's pretty good, dude. Any recommended brands for cinema? I don't really use a lot of cinema lenses. I only have like cheap cinema lenses, like inexpensive ones. And I don't really call them cinema lenses. What sort of photography do you do? I personally do astrophotography with my Rokinon 135 f2, such a good lens. I do all kinds of photography, really. A lot of freelance stuff. Street photography, portrait photography, I create content for social media, so product photography. I do all kinds of stuff. A7S III isn't worth it. Not for 2700. Not for me. Not for me. One thing that's really important to remember, you guys, if you guys are brand new to this space, is that cameras are. There are so many different types of cameras that do so many types of different things because there are a lot of different niches and purposes for cameras. And the way that people use their cameras it varies from person to person to person to person, right? So one of you guys might be a real estate photographer that needs specific features, and some of you guys might be astrophotographers that need different kind of features. Some of you guys might be sports photographers, some of you guys might be portrait photographers. And like when I say like it could never be me about this Sony Alpha A7S III, I would never pay close to $3,000 for this camera because I know that other cameras exist that have just as good as features or that could serve me in my workflow. You know what I mean? But the Sony Alpha S7 III might be perfect for somebody that is looking for a more affordable FX3. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of say. It's definitely not worth it for me. Not that. If this Sony Alpha S7 III was $2 grand, $1,800, I think that would be a lot more reasonable. My 28-70 f2 is coming tomorrow. Sick. That did you get the Canon or the Sony? SP98, what up? I was hoping for the 70-228 STM. That's rumored, but it seems that Canon may be doing a 50-150 instead. Any thoughts? What are we talking about? SP98? I missed your comment, I think. No, I don't think I did miss your comment. A7S III or the ZVE1? Ooh. Probably the A7S III. They have the same sensor. I think the ZVE1 is newer though. Think we get an A7S4 or an FX3? I don't think we're gonna get an A7S4. I think we'll get an FX3 Mark II first. I don't think we'll get an A7S4. Maybe. But we have to get we'll definitely get an FX3 Mark II first. Canon. Cool. Yeah, that lens is nice, dude. 6400 or ZVE10? I would pick the ZVE10 2 over the 64. Yeah, they're pretty close. I mean, they have the same sensor, but I think the ZVE1 has is newer. Oh, and it comes in white too, which is kind of cool. Holy shit, brand new, it's still 4K, dude. No way. Wow. Same sensor, 12 megapixels. Same stabilization. Mechanical, electronic. Photo, video. Same. Mm-hmm. Ten FPS. It's practically the same camera. Oh, here we go. 14-bit versus 10-bit. That's a lot. Internal recording. Let's check this out. Yeah, the overheating will be an issue. This outputs 16-bit RAW. They're very similar, dude. This one has a better monitor. Has the same touchscreen. No, this one has a better touchscreen. And this one has a viewfinder. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one has more autofocus points, and this is just probably because it's newer. Mm-hmm. The price difference is crazy, though. I don't know that I'd pay $4,700 for an A7S III. more specifically the Canon RF 50 to 150. Oh, 50 to 150 sounds cool. If they do a 50 to 150 f2, that would be nuts. I think with my budget of 5K, I'm gonna get a used ZVE1 and a 24 to 70. That's pretty good, bro. Yeah, the ZVE1 looks pretty nice, dude. If I had unlimited money, I'd probably buy a ZVE1 as well, and I'd get it in white. Tulger Erickson, what up? Do you have opinions on DSLR, even though they're kind of old? They're pretty good, man. If they still work and it gets the job done, use them. Brody, what up, Brody? Yo, do you know where I can get like some cheap lenses? I need a longer distance for equestrian stuff, for horses. Probably. Are you in the United States, Brody? If you are, you can use the MPB. B&H Photo has used department, and so does KEH and Adorama. What do you think of the Tamron 30? I like that. I like that lens. 35 to 100, f2.8, nice. ZVE1 does have a single card slot, so that's if that's important to you. Does the bit difference 10-bit versus 14-bit make it in terms of color rendering? Yeah, it does. It definitely does, but I don't think it's worth it. 10-bit is a lot. I'm in Canada. Yeah, so I would look at used stuff for Canada. I'm in the United States. So I would look at used markets from reputable resellers, Brody. Brian Joseph. And the lens when it comes to when they're partying or when they're walking down the aisle. A good 24 to 70, bro. On your FX30, right? Yeah, something with stabilization. Your FX30 has IBIS, right? Yeah, you need something wide. 24 to 70 is well, that's a little tight on your FX30. I would be wide. Yeah, I would definitely be wide. Something like a 10 to 18 or a 16 to 35. AJ Fitness Coach. Should I go zone focus for better shots in the gym? Have you tried it? Are you just missing focus, AJ? Sometimes you need an ND filter at night. I don't know anybody that would use an ND filter at night. Like, I'm shooting on an RP right now. Do you have any good ideas for equestrian lenses? 70 to 200. Can you show me the lens? Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so the lenses that I recommend for crop sensors, bro, everybody in here, for all crop sensor cameras, I really recommend all of the Sigma crop sensor lenses. I would do like this 10 to 18 right here. I'm pretty sure that your FX30 has IBIS, but something like this is really good. But it sounded like you had like cinema lenses in mind, so I'm not a cinematographer. I do have some cinema lenses for the Sony, but they're primes. I have this kit right here from Suray, and this kit's pretty nice. They are primes though, but they're f1.2, so they're super bright. And this kit is really nice. It's super inexpensive too. You can buy them individually too. You don't have to buy them as a kit. I'm not getting as much blur as I'd like. Yeah, you need something wider then, or something brighter, like an f1.8 or a 1.4 or a 1.2. No problem. No problem. Which 24 to 70 should I get? You can get the Sigma or the G Master. If you have 5K, bro, you can get the G Master, and that's what I would do. If you since you have a nice budget, that's what I would do. I have an EF 75 to 300. Would that work? I adopt over. What do you think for equestrian? I don't like that lens at all. The 75 to 300. Sony ZVE Sigma 30mm f2.8. Are you sure it's a f2.8 and not a f1.4? How long you been live? I don't know. About an hour. Fabian, what up, Fabian? Is an A7 III still good cop nowadays? Used. I would buy a used one for sure. I was just looking at that actually. Was I looking at that? Let's see. I think I was looking at that. I was looking at the A7S III. Yeah, I would look for a nice used price. $1,200 seems pretty reasonable for me. Thanks, gonna pull the trigger soon. Thanks for helping me choose, man. I got you, bro. Let me know when you get it, man. When you get it in your hands, come back and tell us all about it. It's awesome. Listen, when people make a purchasing decision and you finally fucking pull the trigger on something and then you get it and you use it and you're like, wow, it's a great feeling, man. It's a great feeling. So when you do buy it, don't forget to come back and share it with the rest of us, because there are some people that are still indecisive, that just need that extra little bit of motivation to finally pull the trigger on something. Drink water. Drink water. Good call. Good call. For 70 to 200, and I'm shooting Canon specifically, the RP, are there any good third-party lenses? Not for your RP. What I would do, Brody, is I would start looking at EF lenses, and what you need for that is just an EF adapter. So you need a RF or EF to RF adapter. So you're gonna need one of these bad boys right here. And then once you get this, broski, brother. Once you get one of these, you can get any EF lenses that you want, and now you have like a lot of options, right? Is Godox V1 good? Yes, it is. Just a reminder to hydrate. Yeah, it's a good reminder. What camera are you using right now? Scumbag Dan. On TikTok, I'm using a Canon R10. Scumbag Dan. Brian Joseph, that lens that you showed me, it's a cinema lens. I was showing you, what lens was I showing? These ones? These, I wouldn't call these cinema lenses. I wouldn't call them cinema lenses. They're just cheap lenses. The Sure Sniper autofocus. Oh, look, there's your camera. FX30. Ooh, these are cool. It's a cool lens kit. That's why I bought it, because it came in a kit of 5, and I'm like, oh, perfect. I have everything covered with one purchase. Reed Abdel Maksud, dude. What up, dude? Yeah, I have one of those adapters, and I currently adopted over for a couple. Yeah, that's what I would do, Brody. So then I would check out some nice EF lenses and make sure that you have what you're looking for. What I'm looking for when I'm looking at zoom lenses, Brody, is a constant aperture. Like, I really, really want a zoom lens with a constant aperture, not a variable aperture. I just got a hot tip from a Chinese classmate that a bunch of production companies in China are selling ARRI Alexa minis for like 6K. I wouldn't buy an ARRI Alexa from China. I just need to find something cheap because I'm broke in school. Yeah, I got it, bro. Then just use your 75 to 300, man. Looks really good. What lens? This is the 23 millimeter. I'm multi-streaming right now. I got a Canon R10 for TikTok right here. And then I got a R50 with a 16 millimeter for YouTube. Yuana. That's a crazy looking name. I totally butchered it. Kaya Yuana. Hey, bro. What do you think about the A7 Mark III? It's still good this year. I would buy it used for like $1,200. I was just taking a look at it. Yeah, this is a fair price for me. solid price, you know. I wouldn't pay much more than that though. Yeah, E10 da. Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. 24 to 70. You'll be all set with that, man. You'll be set for a while. Only thing I'd really keep an eye out for is like your long form recording, because the ZVE1, it's my opinion that that camera is more for like video than it is for photography. It still takes great photos, but the ZV series are meant for like videoing. Is a Nikon 40mm f2 prime a good focal length? Depends, Bomber. It depends on what you're shooting. FX30 plus a 16 to 55 G is a good combo. I think so, yeah. It's Indonesian name. Something is weird when you spell it. It's all good. I just don't know how to spell it. Kaya Yuana is how I would say it phonetically. Yeah, so 24 to 70. That's it. That's it, bro. You'll be good with those. MS Photography, what up? How are ya? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the stream. For those of you guys just joining on TikTok, welcome in. We're just kind of bullshitting, talking about cameras. If you're new here and you haven't followed, please consider doing so. I'm trying to get to 8K by the end of March. And how many days have we got left? 10 more days left. Oh, shit. I think we'll get close. Brody, renting is a good option for sure. Yeah, renting is a good option. It's not as expensive as you think. In the United States, at least, it isn't. I'm rocking an A7 IV with a Tamron on 24 to 70. Nice. I've got a 50mm, a nifty 50. What do you reckon I should get? What do you need? What else do you need, bro? MS Photography. I was just talking about that lens, the 24 to 70, the GM. Mute invalids. Canon R6 Mark II or a Sony A7 IV for nature photography. Mute invalids for between those two cameras, my friend, you're just kind of battling between brands. So either one of those is spectacular. Thoughts on the 24 to 70 G Master Mark I? Thumbs up. My travel cam is still the XT1, such a reliable cam. Eten Das, MS Photography just joined, and they have a 24 to 70. You know, one of the cool things that I've realized in this little, you know, collection of people, of creatives, is that it's impossible for me to own every camera and every lens and have personal experience with every single one. But if you guys talk amongst yourselves, it's very likely, and you pay attention to the chat, it's very likely that there are other people that have the exact setup that you like dream of owning. You know what I mean? So feel free to ask each other, like, hey, what is your experience with that kit that you have? Because my dream is to own what you have. The other day I made a video, or a while back I made a video about the Canon R5 and how I was shipping it off to my brother. I was giving it away to my brother because it was like sitting on my computer on my shelf just collecting dust, and somebody commented, is like, bro has my dream camera on his shelf collecting dust, like. And that was the truth. It was just collecting dust. That's why I gave it away. MS Photography says, what did you say? What did you say? MS Photography. I must have missed it. I'm not sure. I'm thinking of 85 prime or a 7200. I do portraits and video. Ooh. Dude. Excuse me. If you want some MS Photography, what kind of work do you do? Can you remind me? Is it mostly like weddings and like prom photos and portraits and stuff? If you do that kind of photography, I don't remember if you do, you gotta get an 85 prime in your set, dude. I'm not a portrait photographer by any sense of the word, but when I do portraits, like when I get hired to do portraits, I'm so happy that I own an 85 f1.2. Like that lens is specifically made for those portraits, for taking portraits. So if you do those kind, an 85 prime is a must in your kit. 7200 is still pretty good though, I'm not gonna lie, but an 85 prime on a full frame sensor is that's a portrait lens. And if you do those kind, you gotta have that in your kit. It's a non-negotiable, I think. I just bought a ZVE 10-2 secondhand with a Sigma. Nice, dude. Yeah, that's a great combo, bro. Congratulations. I like the ZVE 10s. Zay plays. Are you still in here? Zay plays. If you're looking for some cheap lenses or some decent cheap lenses for that Sony, bro, I was just talking to somebody about, I bought these the other day because I own a ZVE 10-2. And these lenses right here, I bought the entire kit. These are so good, bro. Here's my Sony. I have a Sony ZVE 1. I got it in the white. It looks good, boys and girls. ZVE 10-2. And then I have the 16mm f1.2. The Sigma is definitely a better lens than these, but the fact that these are f1.2s, these are really, really cool, man. Really cool lenses. Yeah, the white looks crazy, man. The white is nice. But anybody looking for like some budget crop sensor lenses, these Surays, dude, these are nice, man. Like I said, I did buy the entire kit, but you can buy them individually. And like, bro, individually, they're like, look, they're like $300, $200. They're like super affordable. Also, they come in some cool colors. Look, you can get them in black, you can get them in silver, and you can get them in white. They are cheap Chinese lenses, but they're pretty cool. They are pretty cool. 85 is king, dude. 85, and a good 80. If you're a portrait, either a 50 or an 85, you gotta have it. I have a $3,000 85 f1.2 on my shelf, and literally I pull it out like once or twice a year for portraits. And every time I do, I'm so happy that I have it. Yes, dude, the 24-70 is awesome. G Master is awesome. I kind of wish it could get a little bit wider though. Yeah, that's why the 16-35 exists though. MS photography. Bro, I just ordered the A7R5. Nice. And they sent me an FX3. Oh, that sounds like you. I mean, I don't know if I'd be happy with that if I wanted an A7R5 though. Two very different cameras. That's what I'm thinking. And yeah, do proposals and stuff, but a lot of video really. Ooh, if you're doing video, you might want the 70-200 then, if you're focusing more on video stuff. That's the problem with the 85. Like the 85 really pigeonholes you. Can you use it for video? Sure, but that's a portrait lens. You know what I mean? But if you want a little, and then if you get the 70-200, you'll still be able to take fantastic portraits. I'm not gonna lie to you. They'll still be great. So that'll be covered, and then you can also do some solid video work. So it might be better for you to go for the 70-200. I was just on their website. Yeah, Suray is kind of cool, man. It's pretty cheap. I own the entire kit, like I said. What do you think of the 56 Sigma? I like it. I have the 56 Sigma. The Sigma stuff, I'm telling you, Brian, bro, I own all of these Sigma lenses. Literally every single one. Here it is. I own this as well. Pretty great. I think it's worth owning if you're in the crop sensor world. Owning all of the Sigma crop sensors is a really good idea, dude. Really good idea. But who was that? Brian Joseph. I did recommend Fun Facts, your buddy. I did recommend him this lens, dude, and it's a great lens, man. Have you tried it? Has he let you borrow it? I would ask him to loan it to you for a few hours. Thoughts on the Tamron? Tamron 17 to 70 is nice. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Is the 24 to 105 good for weddings, darks? Which one? 24 to 105. Which one, darks? Brody says, I wish I had enough for a good. Right now, I only have 400 to play around with, you know? I get it, bro. I get it. When you're not making money off of your gear, shit's expensive, dude. I would rent it, though, Brody. I would rent it. I would rent it for a weekend. And I think in the United States, let's see, you have a RF, right? Let's see, lens rentals. Lens rentals. Let's type in RF 70 to 200. It's only like $100 for like 7 days. Yeah, look at this. Boom. $104 for 7-day rental. I would rent this all day. You know, renting is a great, if you're in the United States, renting is a great option, affordable option for buying these premium lenses, especially if you've never used a true L series lens, or if you just have like a wedding that you don't need to buy a $3,000 lens that sits on your shelf for a couple times a year. Renting is great, is a great option, you know. I tried it a little bit. That's not what I'm looking for, to be honest. What are you looking for then? Because if that's not what you're looking for, I don't know what you're looking for. Have you tried those artisan I have not. Hey, dude, can I ask, how do you get your stream so freaking crisp? It's just the lenses, the lighting. For those of you guys that are interested, I do have a little drawing of my setup, and like most of it is just the positioning of the cameras and the lighting. So in my setup right now, we'll do this real quick. So if you guys can see my screen, I'm sitting right here. This is my computer. I have a light right here that I can control. So if I kick this light off, so I have a fill light right here. I have this light that's currently turned off, but when I turn it on, it looks like that. But I do have a big ass soft light way up there that's kind of lighting my entire desk area. And then, oh, I actually don't have that light on. Let me turn. I have that little light that's a BOGO or a go-between, and that's pointing at the wall. And then I have this tube light right here. And then I also have another light behind me way back there. So it's just proper lighting, decent lenses. I'm shooting in 1080p. And this is how I get this look. This is a 23 millimeter and this is a 16 millimeter. Let's see. I tried it a little. It's more for a 56 millimeter to have a look of a cinema movie. Yeah, if you're looking for a prime, dude, if you're looking for a prime, but that's why we all have our own taste, man. 56 on a crop sensor to me is a little bit too punched in. I like a nice 30 millimeter or 23 millimeter. But when I'm looking for like cinema, like a cinematic, like what does cinema mean? What does cinematic mean? You know, it's a very subjective term. When I think of cinema, I don't necessarily think of the lenses. What I think of is lighting, composition, and frame rate. You know what I mean? I don't really think of lenses when it comes to like a cinematic lens. There are cinema lenses, right? But that's why cinema lenses come in a variety of focal lengths, because it's not necessarily about the actual lens itself. It's more about the lighting, the composition, the storytelling, and the way that an image is rendered. That's just my opinion, you know? Are you on OBS? I'm using OBS and I'm using the virtual camera to send over to TikTok. Right now, I'm currently multi-streaming from to TikTok and YouTube. I want a LilyGo T display. Okay, cool. What capture card are you using? I'm using a capture card, the Elgato capture card that goes into the into my custom PC. Goes into a PCIe lane. The one that I own is actually, let me see if I can find it. Elgato. Whoops. Wrong one. Elgato 4 input. Where did I find it? I think it was on B&H. There it is. The one that I actually am using right now is this one. It has 4 inputs, so I have 3 cameras and then I have a free one. But this bad boy goes into your computer. What lights are you using with the soft boxes? Oh, I have everything listed out here, guys. If you're interested in my YouTube setup, my live streaming setup, I have it listed under my categories. And these are the lights that I'm using. Zhiyun lights. And yeah, I'm using, in this room, I'm using an X60 and a G60. Yeah, I'm using 2 60-watt lights, and then I'm using some panels as well. Do I have them here? Yeah, I'm using some of these, the Elgato key lights as well. Are you reviewing Instagram pages? No, I only review Instagram pages for channel members, for YouTube channel members. What does better, YouTube lives or TikTok lives? So I started going live on TikTok in November, and because of that, I've kind of grown a little bit of a, I'll call it a community of people that regularly show up to hang out. And because of that, the algorithm does really, it's a different algorithm, but it does a better job on TikTok. But the caveat is that I've been doing it on TikTok longer. YouTube, I just started about 2 weeks ago now, and the most I get is about 18 to 15 viewers at a time, but normally I'm at like 3 to 5, 7, 8 viewers, averaging about maybe 6 per stream. But it's growing. It's growing, and people hang out, you know. People on YouTube behave a little bit differently though. So far. Eventually, once it gets rolling a little bit, again, I've only been doing it for 2 weeks. Brian Joseph, thanks for the help. Yeah, man, let me know what you decide, Brian. Let me know what you decide. It sounds like you have a good working knowledge of what it is that you want. So, 4K Elgato. Hello. Is the USB-C streaming on the ZVE10 any good, or just get a cam link? I prefer HDMI streaming, but some people like using the USB. The USB is going to cap you off at like 1080. I actually don't know about the ZVE10 1 Zay plays. The ZVE10 2, I think, can go up to 1080-30, I think. I was eyeballing the Molus G60, but ended up ordering the Godox. Yeah, I went with Zhiyun SP98 because these work on USB-C and they pack down really, really small. So like I needed these, besides the softbox, I need my stuff to pack down super duper small. And that's why I went with this brand. And their app is really nice as well. Hey, I need a second opinion. On what, buddy? How can I help you today, sir? For those of you guys just lurking on YouTube, how are ya? And how you doing? What kind of cameras do you guys currently own? Let's see. I asked the question. We got 11 votes over on YouTube. What camera brand are you buying next is the question. Nikon, 18%. Sony, 27%. Canon, 45%. Canon wins again. Wow. Lumix, 9%. Canon never wins. Canon never wins, you guys. It's always Sony. It's always Sony. It's okay though. Have you heard about the SG Image 25? I have not. I was thinking about going live. Oh, bro, you go live? MS Photography? You need to send me your lives, dude. I've never seen your lives. What kind of stuff do you do? You go live on TikTok? I usually just edit videos and chat. That's sick, dude. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's really how I got I might go live because I want to reach my goal of 8,000 by the end of November, and tomorrow I'll probably go live a couple of times in some of my older formats. I could join in your stream if you're up for it. I don't usually co-host. So my streams are usually just one man operations. One, because I don't want to get any violations. I don't want to get any violations, and I like having full control of my streams. Maybe one day though. Maybe one day. I'm still figuring out all this stuff. I don't get a bunch of violations anymore because now I am more careful with my TikTok shop stuff. But TikTok violates a lot. That's really one of the reasons why I'm moving over or adding YouTube. This weekend, I'm also going to be adding Twitch and Kick. Maybe just one of them. Just one other streaming platform. Probably going to be Kick. Rusty Mustache. Hello, can you recommend a camera for video recording hockey? What camera are you looking at, Rusty? I do some Twitch too. I get barely any interactions though. Yeah, that'll happen. Do you do the same thing on Twitch? Yeah, I'm gonna try Kick. And right now, because on YouTube, you guys can't see this on TikTok, but on YouTube, I have a combined chat. And ever since I combined the chat over on TikTok, people are more likely to engage because they see that there's a conversation happening. You know what I mean? Which was kind of like a hack a little bit, not gonna lie. Nothing now, just starting shopping. Oh, cool. What is your budget, Rusty? Nah, I usually game on Twitch. Yeah. Yeah, so I would be doing, because I have a gaming channel as well that I haven't used in a couple of months. But I was just mainly doing TikTok. When I was looking into that, I was trying to, because I'm still learning how to stream. I'm still learning how to stream, learning the audio, learning the visuals, learning how to set everything up. I've gotten to a good place where I'm pretty comfortable though. Oh, sick. What do you play? I was playing Black Myth Wukong for a little while, and then Horizon Forbidden West. And then I finished those games. So my whole thing on my gaming channel was to do AAA titles with a narrative. So not like first-person shooters. AAA titles and PC gaming. So the last game before I before I moved over to this account was The Last of Us 2. But now that I have everything kind of sorted here and I'm growing this account and this account is going well, and I figured it out, I'm probably eventually going to go back to that gaming channel where instead of streaming every day on this account, I'll be splitting my attention into gaming whenever I want to game. And then, cause you really do have to show up consistently. You have to show up on not like every day, But I've been streaming twice a day for like most of March now. And like, that's a lot. I've been getting up at like 6:30, 7 a.m., streaming in the mornings and then streaming at nighttime just to build the account and get in the reps and figure out how YouTube works. And I got to a good spot. I'm in a good spot. I'm pretty happy. Official Tyler, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm in a good spot. Dongul, RFS 18 to 45 versus EFS. I own the adapter. Is there a big difference? No, not really. I wouldn't waste my money on either of those lenses though. If you had to buy one though, I'd probably would buy the EFS one. I think. But I wouldn't spend my money on either of those lenses. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make a Kick account this weekend. And see what the audience is like over there. Because over there, the idea is that there's a lot of content creators over there, and a lot of streamers, a lot of people that are dedicated to like just creating content and streaming and doing like IRL stuff. And I'm trying to see if I can capture that audience, you know? That's at least my goal. But I don't know nothing about streaming on Kick, like nothing. I don't even use that platform, so maybe I should spend some time on that platform. Because every platform, the audience in them they all behave a little differently. Every single one is just a little different. I've watched creators that multi-stream to like everywhere, and I haven't really paid attention to their comments specifically, but just knowing what I know about streaming, which is very limited, people behave differently on different platforms. Hello, what up? I have a Sony a7 III and a 55 1.8. I'm a beginner. Nice. Good for you. Sony ZV-E10 or Sony. I'm going to Japan this April. I want something that goes in my tight budget. I'd probably get a 6400. What about me? What about you? What about you, sir? I'll do some research about kick.com and just see what it's all about. There's a lot of just chatting, so I feel like I'm going to be in this category of just chatting. Vertical is hard to set up a stream for on Kick, or what you mean, MS Photography? Some of these lives, dude, are like crazy, dude. Yeah, just chatting looks like what I'll be in. I'll look at this later. On TikTok, I'm trying to set up a vertical camera, but it's being a bit difficult. Is your camera vertical? Yeah, I would set up your camera vertical and then just what do you do to connect it? Do you have a capture card? Yeah, it is. That's what makes it difficult. It's not really wide enough, and I'm using USB-C. It's not really wide enough. What lens is it? Oh, got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I have a 16 millimeter and a 23 millimeter for my lives, but I'm on a crop sensor, so you have to take that into account, you know? 24 to 70. Oh, got it. Yeah. 24 should be wide enough. I guess it depends on how far away you are from your camera, you know? Also, my lighting is super mid. I only have a tube light. A tube light? That would be my key. Yeah, I'd put that as a key light. Bam, like right here. Putting it at, put your camera in one angle like this, wherever you're looking, and put the other tube light on the opposite side. Nikon ZR opinions. Positive opinions on the mic on the Nikon ZR, bro. I wish I could send photos. Yeah, so I would draw it for you. You know, basically the way that I have it here is I would, if I was you and I wanted my stream to look as decent or similar to, you know, something that looks nice, I always have mine at an angle, my camera at an angle like this right here. And then I have my camera facing me in this direction. And then I would have a tube light here shining on me this direction. Or I'd have it like right over here. For that kind of like a, what's it called? Thank you for Malik. What up, Malik? For that kind of look. That cinematic look that people want. Cinematic, you know? TikTok's kind of quiet today. What's going on, TikTok world? Canva for the win. Yeah, Canva's great, man. Canva's great for quick little drawings. You can import all kinds of photos. I've been working on these things over here. This is my AP. These are my sensors over here. I was working on something. I watched your live for 500 minutes. Thanks, Malik. Appreciate it, bro. When you're off the live, check your DMs. I'm going to send it to you. All right, bet. No worries. Sony A7C, better to use S-Log2 or S-Log3? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Have you tried both of them? Try both of them. All my flyers are made on Canva. Yeah, Canva's great, man. Canva's great for quick and dirty stuff. Is the Sigma 16-300 good? I wouldn't buy that lens. I actually probably will buy that lens just to check it out. Andrew B, what up? Welcome back, Andrew. Thanks for joining, man. Settings inside TikTok Studio or Cam app? VA claims and benefits. What are we talking about? Setting inside TikTok Studio or Cam app? I'm not sure what you're asking. A7C S-Log2, A7C2, and R S-Log3. Why is that, Andrew? Why the difference in S-Log choices? Dongle sounds like the best way to go is Sigma 18-50 replacing. Yeah, for sure. It's new, right? It's newer. I think it just released recently. My cam isn't super clear. I try to adjusting it in settings in studio. I would be adjusting the camera settings. What camera do you have? Most of the time when people don't have nice settings or like a good image coming out into their camera, going into their camera, it usually is because of lighting. I'm not gonna lie. Lighting plays like a huge role. More than you think, man. A lot more than you think. A lady tried to sell me a Nikon Z50, same as the R50, but Nikon for 15 told her that's a new R6. Yeah, the Z50 I think is a little bit nicer than the R50. Is it? I don't remember the Z50. I know the Z30. Yeah, that's a nicer camera. This is more like a 60. Yeah, Nikon Z52. This one has 4K 60, 120, 1080, 120. Yeah, this is much better than a R50. 9 subject detection. Woo. Yeah, the Z30 is more like the entry level camera. When are you gonna get the Sigma 16 to 300? It's super low on my list. Super low, so I don't know. What is this setup? Looks so clean. Thank you, Roberto Tototo. Roberto Tototo. This is a Canon R10, buddy. Can I get a Logitech Brio to look like this? No. You cannot, Tyler. That's a webcam, I have to assume, right? A7C. A7C is basically an A7 III. Got it. Which was shot in 8-bit. Got it. That makes sense. You see? That's why we have Andrew in the chat. W. Andrew. Andrew, I'm no colorist, so I can't give technical understanding. It's just what I. Yeah. So it makes sense if you have an 8-bit camera, your colors are not gonna. You're gonna need some more. That makes sense. I got it. I'm also no colorist, but 8-bit, like 10-bit at the very minimum. If your camera doesn't have 10-bit in 2026, you're gonna be riding the struggle bus. You know what I mean? eMeet C60 dual cam. I just see others are clear in my. Oh, I have that camera too. eMeet has been sending me a lot of their cameras the last year. I sold a bunch of them. The eMeet looked great though. The eMeet does have software. Did you download the software for eMeet? Yeah, it's a webcam, but I got mine to look pretty decent. But I do have really good I have some pretty decent lighting. VA claims. But that camera, the eMeet C60, it wasn't too bad. I have that exact, they sent it to me, the C60E dual cam, yeah. I actually made a video. You guys want to see a funny video? Let's see. I put it on my TikTok. See, it'll be like super far down. It was a while ago, but I sold like a good bunch of them. Was it one of these? Oh, here it is. Look. It's almost instant. I just recently started streaming, and check out the autofocus of this eMeet camera. This is the camera. Almost instant. Bam, 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 bam. Now check out this $1,400 setup that I have next to it. We're gonna do the exact same test. This is one of my other cameras. Look at how slow that is, yo. It's not even close, right? Let's do it side by side. This is the expensive one, and now this is the fast one. Kind of cool, right? This currently is on sale on the TikTok shop, so go ahead and grab one in the link down below. I did pretty good on this video. I sold a handful of them. They're pretty cool. MS Photography. How do I get a camera to work on TikTok Live? It works on OBS, but not TikTok Studio. You might not have access to a camera. Do you have virtual camera? No, but if you plug it in via USB-C, you should be able to. MS Photography. Tricky IT Solutions, what up? Have you used Adorama to purchase? I have not, but I've heard good things. Tricky IT. The only used websites that I've actually purchased from is KEH and MPB. No, that's what I was asking. What were you? I didn't understand your first question. VA claims. If I needed to ingest inside the cam, yeah, there's software. I would download the software that comes with it, and then fiddle with it. I don't know if you just saw the video that I just made, but I got my camera in this setting to look like, you know, like that. And I have a couple of other videos with it, actually. None of them really explaining the settings, though, unfortunately, because I didn't really do a setup video. I'm live talking about this camera, and I'm showing you in real time how this camera works and how it compares to my I did a couple of TikTok shop videos. So go ahead and click on this button right, and actually live it did, and also demo this product. Live it did really well too for me. What else? Did I have this one as well? I think these are all the same. An expensive setup to get started streaming is absolutely lying to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did pretty well for me. Terrible Photographer. What up, Terrible Photographer? I want to shoot like Roger Deakins, but I have a budget of $550. What should I buy? I don't know. I think you should probably stick to your cell phone. And who the hell is Roger Deakins? Oh, the autofocus is crazy. Yeah, webcams have like pretty decent autofocus. They're pretty quick. They're snappy. I got the Canon R10. Nice. What lens should I go for family photos? New to photography, just personal stuff. Anthony, that's a great question, dude. The R50, the R10, I'm sorry. I have the R10 as well. And I recommend for family stuff, bro. I think you'll like one of these two lenses. Probably this one. Sigma 18-50 f2.8. By the way, if you guys are just hanging out over on TikTok, hello, welcome in. If you haven't followed already, please consider doing so. I have a goal of trying to get to, oh, my focus is missing for some reason. There we go. My focus was hunting. I have a goal of trying to get to 8,000 followers by the end of March. Got 10 days left. I'm going to be close. I think I'll get it though. But yeah, if you're looking for family stuff, this right here is really nice, the 18-50. And if you know a little bit more about lenses, I would recommend the 10-18. Either of these two lenses. I own both of them. Both of them are spectacular. Oh, now it works after I closed OBS, but it looks terrible. Check your settings on your camera, bro. Make sure your settings are at least 1080p, 30 FPS, 1/60, your lowest ISO that you got, you know, make sure, you know, set it to manual, and then play around with the settings in TikTok Studio. Mm. 24-70 with the family. He's using an R10. $100-500 for the D52 for Nikon. I don't know. I don't know much about the Nikon D series. Probably get the Sigma 16-300 instead of the Sigma 18-50. What do you think? No, I wouldn't recommend that lens. I wouldn't. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. No problem, Anthony. Also, do you get notifications for chats? I always miss them. For chats? I have a, what's it called? I use a program called Caster Labs that connects that's for multi-streaming. But I always have my chat that I'm always looking at. Like, I'm always constantly looking at it. I do miss, when it gets busy, I do miss chats like coming through, but I can't hit them all, you know. The 16 to 300 is a variable aperture. It's an interesting lens, but I don't really have an interest for it. For what it costs, it wasn't like crazy expensive, but I got it right here. But I don't really have an interest in it. It's an f3.5 to 6.7. So like the zoom, anytime you see like a wild ass zoom range, 16 to 300, you know, most people are like, oh, this is perfect, great, you know, but it's never what you think it is. It's never as good as you think it is. So like if this was a constant f4, I'd buy it tomorrow. It's $700, which isn't a terrible price, and I may buy it. I probably will buy it eventually, but it's very, very low on my list. Very low on my list. Never mind. I'm a beginner and I want to have my first digital camera. Now I am shooting film. What should I get? Depends on what you want. Never mind. Really depends on what you want, broski. What your budget is, what cameras you're currently thinking of right now, and what you're gonna photograph, you know? Nikon gear here. The D52 is a crop sensor, so that 50 will be like 700. Yeah. I mean, the f-stop isn't constant, so it's weird. Yeah, it's not something that I'd be too interested in. Not something that I'd be too, because what happens with variable aperture lenses is like, you know, 16 to 300, chances are that you'll get up to like 50, you'll get up to like 50 or 70, and you'll already be at like 6.7. So, you know, I'm making numbers up, but like you'll only be at like f3.5 from like 16 to like 35, and it'll slowly start inching up past like 50 and 70. Sigma 17 to 40 god tier for 8. Yes, it is god tier. 100%. 17 to 40 is fantastic. Malik, I made a little rig today. Check this out. Let's see if I can bump up my lights a little bit. I made a little handheld vlogging rig. It's the R50V that I set it up with a handle vertical, and like now I can be like, you know, those IRL streamers. I'm not sold on the mic just yet, but this right here with this handle, whenever I want to shoot the other direction, I can just rotate it like this, and then whenever I'm done, I can like rotate it back. What do you guys think? Kind of cool, right? It looks a little ridiculous, I know, but it works. I think for vlogging, this would be like ideal. So basically, like I'm pointing it at myself. I have the zoom ring here with a great mic, and then I can rotate it to the other direction, you know, so I can film stuff that I'm looking at. Because I'm trying to make like a perfect like vlogging rig for people that want to be like gym bros and lifestyle girlies. That's actually sick. I thought it was, man. That flip is crazy, right? Yeah, I might make a video about it, because I was like, yo, this is actually legit right here. Because again, I'm like, you know, looking at myself, vlogging, doing the whole thing, you know, and then okay, now I'm done, and now I rotate, and now I can like, you know, record whatever it is that I'm doing. And then when I want to vlog again, what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna put a Arca Swiss base plate down here. That way I can like set it down on something, and then I'll be able to use it a little bit better. The only thing is that I will replace the mic. The mic is a little annoying, and I'll put something a little bit more practical, something that isn't so in your face. Finny can't, me, bro. FE 7200 GM. I need that rig. Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I might make a little video about it. He's making the Canon G7X again. My favorite lens. Aaron France, wireless mic is the way to go. Yeah, I agree, Aaron, for sure. What I'm thinking about this mic, though, for the vlogging setup, truthfully, is that this mic, the one that I put on there, all that you do is press record and it turns on. So you turn on the camera and the mic is on. So the mic is powered by the camera. And when you press record on the camera, it instantly starts recording. So it's like less hassle. And that mic is fucking spectacular. Wireless mic, you have to like make sure that it's running. You have to make sure that it's on you. So it is better. 100% it is better. But I wanted to kind of have like that traditional vlogging kind of look. But I agree. The wireless definitely is the way to go. But when you think of vlog and you think of a vlogger, like this is the mic and kind of what they use, you know? And it's a solid mic, dude. It's a solid fucking mic. But I will make a little video. And then the screen pops up, obviously, so you can like see yourself. And then when you turn it around in the other direction, you can rotate it and see yourself and see what you're looking at, you know? So it's like a nice little everything, you know? That's kind of what I was thinking. And the 10 to 18 is like pretty nice, dude. Really nice vlogging lens. I don't know. I was just goofing. You got to pull out that measuring tape and check your in length with wireless mics. What do you mean, Malik? The wireless mics, they have like 100 feet, bro. Aaron France, Viltrox 9mm. That is a lens, yes. That is a lens. Aaron France, Malik is living in 2010. I don't think Malik was born in 2010, bro. Malik, I have Temu mics. God damn, bro. Temu mics, bro. You know, I can't even begin to tell you how many fucking mics I own, dude. I own more than these, actually. I bought so many. Yeah, I own all of these kind of mics right here. I own the original DJIs, the DJI 2s, the 3s, the minis, the mic 2s. These ones, this is the one that I was just showing you right here, this Rode NTG video mic. Look at how cool this guy looks. You could be like these guys. Look at him. I've even bought what are these called? Lavalier mics. You said Malik's in 2010 right now. Malik was 3 in 2010. Whatever is that handheld part in your rig, I saw a newborn photographer using one. Looked stable. The actual handle that I'm using, where was it? I think it's one of these. I might not actually have it listed here. I'll add it right meow. Small rig rotating side handle. Here it is. Which one is the one that I actually have? I think it's this one, is it? This one is one of them. I'll add a couple options here because I like the ones that attach. Yeah, and it has a push button. Oh, here it is. Boom. Done. Manage. Change some of these things. There we go. Yeah, so actually this is the exact one that I own right here. It has a little button on it, and that's what makes it rotate. And it's pretty legit. Pretty legit. Last purchase December 8th, 2024. 2 years ago. Jesus. I have a Rode Wireless Me, but it doesn't have noise canceling. Got it. I have a pack of newer somewhere at my old school. I have some newer ones as well. Hey, bro, glad to be back. What up, Jante? Thoughts on the Viltrox DC550 Pro as a first? Bro, I have, Jante, I have 4 of those monitors, bro. I have 3 of them right behind me right now. I have 4 of those. I love those. They're pretty great. I think I bought mine. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I bought mine like 2-3 years ago. So they might be a little bit older and there might be better options now. How the fuck do I not? Oh, here we go. Nope, never mind. Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, bro. Look, I'm not even lying, broski. Purchased 4 times. I bought the Pro though. Mine was the Pro. Yeah, I bought this monitor 4 times because they were super cheap, dude. It had everything I needed, and I do have an expensive monitor as well, but I use this more than my expensive monitor. Not even gonna lie. Yeah, so the DC550, like I said, I own 4 of those. Solid monitor. Yeah, my only worry is buying it and then months later a new one drops for only a little. Nah, this monitor, I've owned it for years, bro. I've owned it for years. There I don't know of any other ones that are there. Just shop around. Shop around, you know. But you asked specifically about this one. I own 4 of them. I use them all the time. Is it the best monitor in the world? No, it's only a $150, $200 monitor. You know what I mean? But it has everything that I needed. So it has false colors. It has a histogram, vector scope. Has false colors. Yeah, it had pretty much everything. I only use my monitor super basic though, like super, just literally to view a bigger version of what's on the back of my screen, you know? Etinda, I just did it, bro. The damage has been done. Congratulations, broski. When is it coming in? You pulled the trigger. Etinda, let the chat know what you just purchased, bro. Next week. Woo! It's gonna be a heck of a waiting period for you, man. You got a lot of learning to do. A lot of YouTube videos, a lot of YouTube video review videos to watch. ZVE 1 plus the 24-70 G Master 2. Woo-wee! Fucking amazing, dude. Congratulations. I can get it on discount right now, so I may just get it. I like the sun hood and doesn't look cheap. No, it's a plastic monitor. It's a plastic monitor. The image looks great. It's a touchscreen. You can load your LUTs onto it if you like. I got it in white too. Ooh, with the white? Yeah, that's gonna look fire, bro. What are you gonna use it for anyways? Yeah, what are you gonna use it for? Can't thank you enough. I didn't do nothing, bro. I didn't do nothing, man. I was just here. We were just bullshitting. You're gonna love it, though. You're gonna love it, man. You're gonna fucking love it, dude. Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'll be great for social media content, all that stuff, dude. Marketing your business. That's what it's all about, man. When you kind of unlock content creation for your own business and you can create content that brings you in more revenue, bro. And you can do that in-house. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. You can make your own commercials, you can make your own advertisements, you can produce your own marketing. Yeah, fantastic, dude. Fantastic, dude. Brother. Last time I was here, we talked about the on-camera mics. I managed to repair my Rode Video Mic Pro. Nice. What was wrong with it? Next week is going to feel so slow. It will, bro. You got, like I said, man, you got a lot of YouTube review videos to watch. Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of videos to watch, man. And you got literally one of the best lenses known to man, a 24-70. The G Master 2, you did it, kid. You fucking did it. Where did you buy it from, by the way? Where did you buy all your stuff from? B&H, nice, nice. I hope you used my links. If you didn't, it's okay. If you didn't, it's okay. The jack cable was damaged, exposed, had to solder a new cable into the... Oh, nice, man. Good for you, Jante. Look at you. Okay, Jante. Never soldered ever before. That's what it does, man. You gotta problem solve. You gotta troubleshoot. Good on you, broski. Can you stream later? I'm busy now. Actually, yeah, I can. You guys, that's gonna do it for me tonight. My time is up. I will be back tomorrow bright and early. I gotta go get some probably eat some snacks or something. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're on TikTok and haven't followed already, please consider doing so. For the people over in YouTube world, if you haven't subscribed, now is your opportunity to do so. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will catch you guys on the next one. Adios.